everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you could not already tell, today's video is going to be a Halloween tutorial, which is so exciting, and today we are going to be creating a devil. I wanted to create a look that was achievable at home, that didn't require you to have to go out and buy lots of different props or special effects makeup. So every product that I will be using today is found in my makeup collection, and I also wanted the look to be quite makeup focused, rather than painting my whole body or smothering myself in blood or adding prosthetics. I wanted to take steps that I would usually take in my makeup routine because, body painting and special effects definitely isn't my forte, so it made me feel a little bit more comfortable and at ease going into this like a regular makeup tutorial. And Halloween isn't a big deal here in Australia, but the Halloween events that I have gone to, I still wanted to feel cute or sexy. I didn't want to have to worry about, is my paint cracking, is blood smearing everywhere? So the look that I'm going to be creating is maybe a little bit more toned down than your regular Halloween look, but I think it's still just as effective. Be sure to subscribe to my channel before you leave and check out my social media links below, and let's just go ahead and jump right in. To begin, we're going to pop in some lenses so that we don't mess up any of the makeup later on. Now, I do actually wear prescription lenses, so I had to find a site that does prescription Halloween lenses, and I found an optometrist here in Australia, and I felt really safe purchasing from them. They had so much information about the lenses, and I'd much rather spend a little bit more money rather than purchasing off a, dodgy, cheap site. So I'll link the optometrist down below. And how scary do these look? I could not stop staring and just laughing at myself. And these are in the style Red Devil. So for today's look, we are going to be creating probably the most dramatic double cut crease with negative space that you will ever see in your lifetime. So I did want to go in with a brow pencil just to mark out where the negative space is going to be so that I had a guideline to follow. So I'm creating the same shape that I usually would with a cut crease. However, I'm really extending it. So I'm bringing it down my nose and all the way to my hairline. And the great thing about using a brow pencil is you can easily erase any mistakes and it won't show through when you apply the eyeshadow over the top. So just like with any eyeshadow look, we're going to prime. So I'm taking the P. Louise base in the shade 0.5 and I'm just tapping this product onto my lid, and as you can see, that brow pencil still peeks through so that I still have that guideline to follow. And I'm bringing this primer all the way out to my hairline and down my nose as we are going to be applying shadow there. And just tapping out any creases that have formed so that we can then move on to the eyeshadow. I'm going to start by taking the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in Red Rum. And you guys know that I love using liquid lipsticks as eyeshadow bases, so that is what we're going to be doing today. And I'm going to use that product to line the top line of the guideline that we made, going in with a fluffy brush to create a really nice blend. And I'm just doing a second layer to build that intensity. So today we're going to be using the Morphe 3502 Second Nature palette, and the first shade I'm dipping into is Fire, and I'm taking that on the Sigma blending brush and I'm just tapping that shade over that liquid lipstick base. And then once the product is packed on, we're then going to go ahead and blend it all out. With the shade Heat, I'm going in with the Morphe Y20 brush and I'm applying that over the red shade to start to create some dimension into the look. Going in with the shade Rich on the Morphe Y22 brush, I'm really focusing this shade on that line of the cut crease before going back in with that Y20 brush to blend out any harsh lines. Going in with the shade Brunette, and the reason I'm using so many shades to build up that intensity is because we are going to be going in with a black shade today, and rather than just going straight in with that harsh black, we want to create a really nice gradient and blend of color. Time for the black shade, so I'm going in with the Zoeva Luxe Precise Shader Brush and I'm applying this to the very edge of this cut crease. We don't have to be too precise with this step at this stage because we are going to go in a little bit later on and really clean up this cut crease, and for the moment we're just packing on that shade. Now time to blend that black out. So to do this, I'm taking a combination of the shades Brunette and Rich. I'm going to take a tiny amount of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Weirdo on the Morphe Y22 brush, and I'm just going to blend this over that black shade to really intensify it so we have that gorgeous, rich black shade. And of course, just going back in to blend that black into the red. So to clean this cut crease, we're going to take the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Chantilly, as it is a lot more full coverage than that P. Louise base. And oh my gosh, it is so satisfying just like cleaning up those edges and creating like a nice sharp cut crease. So after doing all of that eyeshadow work, the base that we have on our lid isn't as fresh, you know, so I just wanted to go ahead and remove all of that P. Louise base with some makeup remover, and then I went ahead and reapplied it just so that it was, you know, fresh and ready to go for the eyeshadow. So what I'm going to do now is take a really thin, precise brush, and I actually got this from the $2 craft shop, and I'm going back in with more of that black liquid lipstick, and I'm creating the edge for this negative space. And I'm following the shape of the cut crease to create a really dramatic point in my inner corner. And I'm continuing to apply this black liquid lipstick to the inner half of my lid to act as a base. Going back in with the black eyeshadow, I'm applying this over that black liquid lipstick base so that we really get that intense color. So I'm basically going to be doing the same steps that I did on the top half of my lid, except backwards. So, you know, I started with that black, and then to blend out that black, I'm going to be taking the shades Brunette and Rich. And then I'm going to be using the shade Heat to create a gradual blend all the way from that black to brown to bright red. And for that outer corner, we're going in with the Sigma eyeliner brush with more of that bright red fire shade to create a really nice sharp wing. So I went ahead and did my other eye, and that was a little bit of a challenge to make them both even, but we got there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the fallout that is on my face using the Garnier Micellar Water. I'm curling my lashes, and then I'm tightlining my eyes. My favorite gel pencil to do this is the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny. It is just the perfect size for this step. Going in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, I'm applying a generous coat to my lashes to prep them for some falsies. We're going to go in with the Bold Face Makeup Lashes in the style Lashes Out, and I thought this almost spiky style of lash was perfect for this devil look. Using the mascara to blend my natural lashes into the falsies, and then the eyes are done for now. We're going to go ahead and now move on to the face. So because the top of our eyes are quite heavy with shadow, we want to take the Australis CC Concealer in Peach to erase any dark circles under our eyes so that they are nice and bright. And I'm using the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer to prime the skin today, and I'm buffing that in using the Morphe M436 brush. So before moving on to foundation, I thought that I would do my black devil brows. So I'm going back in with that black liquid lipstick, and I'm just doing the same steps that I would usually take when doing my brows. So I'm just creating that line under my brow hairs, and then creating that arch to the brow, and then joining the two lines together. And I made my brow shape a little bit more straight and short today. And I'm just feathering and fading out the beginning of my brow so that it doesn't look like a block. I'm just cleaning up under the brow with concealer, and I thought this also acted as a really nice highlight. For foundation today, I'm using a favorite of mine that I actually haven't picked up for a while. So it's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation in Chai. And I'm just buffing this in the larger areas of my face using the Morphe Y6 brush. And then for a little bit more precision, I'm going in with the Sigma Large Shader Brush to apply this foundation around the shadow and brows. And for concealer today, just going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter in Fair Warm, and I'm applying this under my eyes and to the center of my face to brighten. And I'm just going to go ahead and set my face to lock it in for the day using the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. So now that we have the base all on, we can blend the shadow out a little bit more in certain areas. So I went ahead and blended that red shadow down my nose a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my lower lash line. So going back in with the shade Fire, I'm just applying this to the outer half of my lower lash line and just connecting it to the red of the wing. And then for the inner half of my lower lash line, I'm going in with that black, and I'm going to be joining this up to the point we have in that inner corner. I'm just using a combination of the shades Brunette and Rich to blend between the red and black. And I'm just going in and cleaning up the edge of that point in our inner corner to make it super sharp and clean. I'm lining my waterline with the same black liner we used earlier and just applying some more mascara to my lower lashes. Now it is time to really transform this look into a devil. So I'm taking the Morphe Y11 brush with more of that red fire shade, and I'm applying this like I would my contour and bronzer. So taking it around the perimeters of my face and then using it to define my cheekbones. And I took a fluffy brush to blend this shade to the apples of my cheeks to kind of act as a blush as well. And with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm also taking this red shade down my neck to define my collarbones, and I think this really tied the look together. I'm then gonna go ahead and buff out the edges of this harsh wing so that the red on our eyes gradually blends into the red on our face. I'm going to go in with the shade Heat, which is a little bit darker than the previous shade, and I'm going to use this to really define these cheekbones and applying around the very perimeters of my face, and also to really hollow out my collarbones. Going in with the ColourPop Crush on You palette, and I want to tell you a little story about what was happening right now as I was highlighting. So Eminem is one of my favorite artists, and he is coming to Australia, and tickets were going on sale as I was filming. So I have my laptop next to me, and every 20 seconds the page was refreshing. And just have a look at my reaction when the page refreshes onto the tickets. It is hilarious. I literally drop my brushes and just grab the laptop, because I'm sure you guys know buying tickets is literally one of the most stressful things ever. But I got them, so here is my happy dance. I am literally so flippin' excited. But anyway, back to the video. For lips, we're going in with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in Red Rum, the same liquid lipstick that we used as eyeshadow base, and this is just the perfect classic red for this look. And it also just really brought out those red contact lenses. And this is the finished glamorous, sexy Halloween devil look. I love how it turned out. Literally obsessed. And of course, we had to add some devil ears to finish off the look. I really hope that you learnt something and were inspired. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.